Have you ever wondered if your body is truly slowing down because of age, or because it has simply been missing the right fuel? Because what if I told you that some of the biggest changes men notice after 60, lower energy, weaker erections, reduced confidence, slower recovery, and changes in desire are not always just a number on a birthday cake? What if some of the answers were sitting quietly in your kitchen? Not in expensive pills, not in complicated treatments, not in miracle promises, but in simple foods that generations before us ate naturally. Foods that support the heart, protect blood vessels, nourish hormones, and help the body perform the way it was designed to perform. Many men believe that after 60, intimacy becomes something they have to accept losing. They tell themselves, "That part of my life is behind me." But a man's desire to feel connected, confident, and alive does not have an expiration date. The truth is, your body at 60, 70, or even beyond is not the same body you had at 30. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. A younger body may have had more hormones, faster recovery, and more natural energy. But an older body has something equally valuable: experience, awareness, and the ability to respond when it receives the right support. Today, we are going to talk about 9 foods that many urologists and health experts believe can support sexual health after 60. Foods that may help improve circulation. Foods that provide nutrients involved in testosterone production. Foods that support prostate health. Foods that protect the delicate blood vessels responsible for erectile function. And perhaps most importantly, foods that help you maintain the confidence that comes from feeling healthy inside your own body. Because sexual health is not only about performance. It is about connection. It is about feeling like yourself. It is about waking up in the morning and knowing that your body is still working with you, not against you. But before we reveal the first food, there is something important you need to understand. Many men look at sexual health as a problem that begins in the bedroom. But doctors often see something different. They see sexual health as a reflection of what is happening throughout the entire body. The same arteries that deliver blood to the heart are connected to the same vascular system responsible for erections. The same lifestyle choices that affect energy levels also influence hormones. The same foods that affect inflammation can influence prostate health and overall aging. This is why many urologists say that protecting your sexual health after 60 often starts years before you enter the bedroom. It starts at the dinner table. Think about your body like a classic car. A classic car does not become valuable because it is new. It becomes valuable because it has been maintained. The owner does not wait until the engine breaks down before caring for it. They use better fuel. They protect the parts. They understand that small choices repeated every day create long-term performance. Your body works the same way. Every meal sends a message. Every choice tells your cells what environment they are living in. Are you giving your body the materials it needs to produce hormones? Are you supporting healthy blood flow? Are you protecting your organs from unnecessary stress? Or are you slowly creating conditions that make your body work harder? The fascinating thing is that some foods have been studied, not because they are magical, but because they contain specific nutrients that support important biological processes. And today, we begin with a food that is small in size but powerful in what it provides, a food that has been eaten for thousands of years, a food that ancient civilizations valued for strength, energy, and vitality. The first food is something many people already have in their homes: nuts, especially walnuts. Now, you may be thinking, a handful of walnuts can really make a difference? And that is exactly why testosterone is so interesting, because sometimes the most overlooked foods are the ones quietly supporting the systems that matter most. Walnuts are rich in healthy fats, antioxidants, minerals, and plant compounds that can support cardiovascular health. And when we talk about sexual function after 60, cardiovascular health is one of the most important pieces of the puzzle. Why? Because erections depend heavily on blood flow. An erection is not simply about desire. It is a complex process involving nerves, hormones, and blood vessels. The body needs to send blood efficiently into specific tissues. When blood vessels become stiff, damaged, or affected by inflammation, circulation can suffer. This is why conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease are often connected with erectile difficulties. The body is not separating these systems. It is all connected. Walnuts contain omega-3 fatty acids and other nutrients that support healthy blood vessels. They may help the body maintain better vascular function by supporting the inner lining of blood vessels, known as the endothelium. Think of your blood vessels like the roads in a city. When roads are smooth and clear, traffic moves easily. But when roads become damaged, narrow, or blocked, everything slows down. Your circulation works the same way. Healthy blood vessels create better conditions for blood movement, and better circulation is one important foundation of sexual health. But walnuts offer another benefit that becomes increasingly important with age. They contain antioxidants. As we get older, our bodies experience more oxidative stress. This is a natural process where unstable molecules can damage cells over time. Lifestyle factors, poor diet, stress, and environmental exposure can increase this burden. Antioxidants help the body manage this process. They support cellular health, and healthy cells are essential for healthy aging. Now let's talk about testosterone. Many men over 60 immediately think about testosterone when they notice changes in energy, mood, muscle strength, or sexual desire. And testosterone does play a role in male sexual health. However, testosterone is not controlled by one single food. There is no magical ingredient that instantly raises testosterone. Instead, the body needs a healthy environment to produce and regulate hormones properly. This includes adequate sleep, exercise, stress management, healthy body weight, and proper nutrition. Walnuts provide nutrients that support overall health, which indirectly supports the hormonal environment. They contain minerals like magnesium and zinc, which are involved in many processes related to metabolism and hormone function. But the bigger picture matters. A man who eats better, moves more, sleeps well, and protects his cardiovascular health is creating the conditions where his body can function at its best. And this brings us to something many men rarely discuss: confidence. Because sexual health is not only physical, there is a psychological side that becomes incredibly important with age. Many men begin avoiding intimacy because they fear disappointing their partner. They stop initiating affection. They create emotional distance, not because they no longer care, but because they quietly worry that their body has changed. And that worry itself can create stress. Stress affects the brain. The brain affects hormones. Hormones affect desire. Everything is connected. This is why improving health is not just about getting a physical result. It is about rebuilding trust with your own body. Imagine a man named David. At 66 years old, David thought his best years were behind him. He had started noticing changes: less energy, more fatigue, less confidence. He assumed this was simply what aging looked like, but instead of accepting decline, he started making small changes. He walked every day. He improved his meals. He added more nutrient-rich foods, including nuts like walnuts. Months later, he did not suddenly become 30 years old again. That was never the goal. Instead, something more meaningful happened. He felt more awake, more capable, more connected to his wife. He stopped thinking of aging as losing something. He started seeing it as maintaining something valuable. And that mindset shift is something many men overlook, because the goal after 60 is not to fight your age. The goal is to support your body through it. Now, walnuts are only the beginning, because the next foods we discuss reveal another fascinating connection between nutrition and sexual health. One of them has been linked with better blood vessel function. Another contains nutrients that support prostate health, and one surprising food has been associated with longevity and healthier aging patterns in populations around the world. The most interesting part? Many men avoid these foods because they do not realize how much they can actually help. So stay with me, because the next food might already be sitting in your kitchen, and it may be one of the simplest additions you can make for supporting your body after 60. The human body has an incredible ability to adapt. Even after decades of habits, stress, and changes, it is still listening. Every meal you eat is not just satisfying hunger. It is providing instructions. Some foods send signals that support inflammation control. Some provide the building blocks your body uses to maintain tissues, hormones, and energy. And some foods quietly support the systems that many men only think about when problems appear. This is why nutrition becomes more important as we age. When you are young, your body can sometimes compensate for poor choices. You can sleep less, you can eat poorly, you can ignore stress, and somehow your body keeps going. But after 60, the body becomes more honest. It begins showing you the results of years of choices. The good news is that it also responds to positive changes. And that brings us to the second food that deserves attention. A food that has been valued for centuries in Mediterranean cultures. A food connected with heart health, healthy aging, and a stronger foundation for sexual wellness. Extra virgin olive oil. Now, you might wonder, how can an oil improve something as personal as sexual health? The answer begins with understanding one important word: circulation. Many men think of sexual function as a separate system, but urologists often explain that healthy sexual function is closely connected to healthy blood vessels. Blood vessels are the highways of the body. They deliver oxygen and nutrients to every organ. When those highways are healthy, the body performs better. When they become damaged, stiff, or inflamed, many systems can be affected, including sexual function. Extra virgin olive oil contains compounds called polyphenols. These natural plant compounds have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. They help protect cells from damage and support overall cardiovascular health. This matters because the same lifestyle patterns that affect heart health can influence erectile function. A diet rich in processed foods, excessive sugar, and unhealthy fats may contribute to inflammation and vascular problems over time. On the other hand, diets centered around vegetables, fruits, fish, nuts, and healthy fats have been associated with better aging outcomes. This is one reason the Mediterranean diet has received so much attention. It is not based on one miracle ingredient. It is based on a pattern, a lifestyle where food works together. And olive oil is one of the central pieces. But there is another interesting connection: hormones. As men age, testosterone levels naturally change. This is a normal part of aging. However, certain lifestyle factors can influence how the body manages hormones. Chronic stress, poor sleep, inactivity, and excess body fat can all affect hormonal balance. Healthy fats play a role because hormones are produced using cholesterol as a building block. This does not mean eating unlimited fat will increase testosterone. The body is far more complex than that, but completely avoiding healthy fats can deprive the body of important nutrients. Olive oil provides monounsaturated fats that support overall metabolic health. And metabolic health matters because insulin sensitivity, body composition, and inflammation are all connected to hormone regulation. Think about a house. The walls, roof, plumbing, and electricity all depend on the foundation. If the foundation weakens, everything else becomes harder to maintain. Your metabolism is that foundation. A healthier metabolism creates a better environment for every other system, including sexual health. But perhaps one of the most important benefits of olive oil after 60 is its relationship with longevity, because many men do not just want a stronger sex life. They want more healthy years. They want to travel. They want to spend time with family. They want to wake up with energy. They want to feel useful and alive. And that requires protecting the entire body, not focusing only on one symptom. Now let's move to the third food. This one may surprise you because it is often associated with something completely different: dark chocolate. Yes, the same food many people think of as an indulgence, but there is an important difference. We are not talking about heavily processed chocolate loaded with sugar. We are talking about dark chocolate with a high percentage of cocoa. The reason it has gained attention is because cocoa contains flavanols. These compounds may support blood vessel function. Remember the highway analogy? Blood vessels need flexibility. They need to expand and respond properly when the body requires increased blood flow. Cocoa flavanols have been studied for their potential role in supporting nitric oxide activity. Nitric oxide is a molecule that helps blood vessels relax. And blood vessel relaxation is an important part of healthy circulation. This does not mean eating chocolate will automatically solve sexual problems. But it shows something fascinating about the body. The same systems that protect your heart often support sexual health. The heart and sexual organs are not separate worlds. They share the same biological foundation. There is also a psychological effect that should not be ignored. Pleasure and intimacy are deeply connected to the brain. Food itself can influence mood. Dark chocolate contains compounds associated with feelings of enjoyment and satisfaction. And for older adults, maintaining moments of pleasure becomes incredibly important. Many people become focused only on avoiding disease. They forget that health is also about experiencing life, enjoying a meal, lying with someone you love, feeling connected, feeling present. A healthy life is not only about adding years, it is about adding quality to those years. Now, before moving forward, there is something important to understand. When we discuss foods that support sexual health, we are not promising a cure. No single food can reverse every condition. Medical problems such as erectile dysfunction, hormone disorders, prostate issues, or medication effects should always be discussed with a qualified healthcare professional. But nutrition can be one powerful piece of the puzzle. It can support the body's natural systems. It can help create better conditions for health. And sometimes the smallest changes create the biggest improvements over time. The next food we are going to discuss is especially interesting for men over 60 because it connects directly with one area many men worry about as they age: the prostate. For many men, prostate health becomes a major concern after 50 and especially after 60. Changes in urination, inflammation, and prostate enlargement can affect quality of life. But one simple food has attracted attention because of its unique nutrients and protective properties. And it is a food many people already enjoy regularly. But there is a deeper reason it matters, one that connects nutrition, hormones, inflammation, and aging. As we reach the end of this journey, there is one message I want you to remember above everything else. Aging does not mean your best years are behind you. Your body may change with time, but it is still a living, responsive system that can improve when you give it the support it needs. Many men spend years believing that changes in energy, confidence, intimacy, and sexual health are simply unavoidable parts of getting older. But the truth is much more hopeful. While aging is natural, the way we age is influenced by the choices we make every single day. The foods we put on our plates are not just about satisfying hunger. They are about providing the nutrients that help our bodies function, repair, and maintain balance. Throughout this video, we explored how certain foods can support the foundation of sexual health after 60, not through magic or unrealistic promises, but through science, consistency, and a deeper understanding of how the body works. We learned that foods like walnuts can support healthy blood vessels and provide nutrients that contribute to overall wellness. We discovered how extra virgin olive oil can help support cardiovascular health, which is closely connected to circulation and sexual function. We looked at dark chocolate and how certain compounds in cocoa may support blood vessel function, while reminding us that pleasure and emotional well-being are also important parts of a healthy life. And we began exploring how specific foods can help support prostate health, hormones, inflammation control, and healthy aging. But the most important lesson is not about one specific food. It is about the bigger picture. Your sexual health is not separate from your overall health. The same habits that protect your heart can support your circulation. The same choices that help maintain a healthy weight can influence hormones. The same lifestyle that strengthens your body can improve your confidence and emotional connection. A man's health is not measured only by numbers on a medical report. It is also measured by how he feels when he wakes up, by the energy he has to spend time with the people he loves, by the confidence he carries, by the ability to enjoy life and feel connected. After 60, the goal is not to become the person you were at 30. The goal is to become the strongest version of who you are today. There is wisdom in accepting your age while still taking care of your body. There is strength in making small improvements. A healthier meal today, a walk tomorrow, better sleep tonight, more movement, more connection, more appreciation for the body that has carried you through every chapter of your life. Remember, your body is not your enemy. It is communicating with you. Fatigue may be a message. Low energy may be a message. Changes in confidence may be a message. And instead of ignoring those signals, you can choose to listen. Many men wait until a serious problem appears before they start caring for themselves. But your future health is being built by the decisions you make now. The meals you choose, the habits you repeat, the way you treat yourself. A healthier body creates opportunities, more adventures, more memories, more moments with your partner, more confidence in yourself. So if you are over 60 and watching this today, remember this. Your story is not finished. Your body still has the ability to respond. Your health still deserves attention, and your ability to experience connection, confidence, and intimacy can continue for many years ahead. Do not underestimate the power of small changes repeated consistently. Sometimes the greatest transformations do not come from one dramatic decision. They come from simple choices made every day. Choosing foods that nourish you, choosing movement over inactivity, choosing hope over giving up, choosing to believe that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is an investment in the life you still want to live. If you found this information valuable, make sure to like this video because it helps more men discover that healthy aging is possible. Share this video with someone who may need this reminder. And subscribe to the channel for more science-based health information, practical advice, and conversations about aging stronger, healthier, and more confidently. Remember, age is a number. Health is a choice, and your best chapter may still be ahead.